Hello Twin Flames, this is Victoria and I'm here with your special solar eclipse reading. Sorry I'm a little behind today, a little late. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, so I couldn't, wasn't really in shape to do the reading at the usual time. But I am here now. I apologize if I'm a little slow, if I don't look so good, but I imagine, the reading will be just as good. And I'm excited because this is one of the powerful astrological events that is coming up. We won't be able to see it ourselves unless you're based somewhere in the Antarctica or, in close proximity, like in the southern hemisphere, like close to those latitudes. But nevertheless, and like for my time zone for New York, it's going to be happening at 1 a.m. At night, so obviously we're quite the opposite from the part of the globe where it's going to be visible, so we're not going to see it. Nobody in the northern hemisphere will, but at least like it's still going to be impactful for everybody on planet Earth. And this is going to be also the time of new moon in Sagittarius, so we still have a lot going on, and it's kind of like one of the peak events of this season we're in, and of this month actually. So I'm gonna do the usual energy check, but also will pull cards for additional questions for Twin Flames. I've got a couple of questions from you guys. And we'll see what I'm guided to do. I will do what I can. Let's start. We'll try not to make it too long, so I'll try to move through quickly. And if you have any additional questions for interpretation, let me know in the comments and I can reply to you there. I'm gonna start with an oracle deck, and today I picked the Enchanted Map Oracle. So let's see what's happening for Divine Feminines and Divine Masculines. How is this solar eclipse impacting their energy? For Divine Feminines, we have two cards. We've got Ride the Wave and Wandering Circus. So it looks like it's gonna bring in, or it's bringing in, some adventurous times for you that may seem a little crazy, a little too much, a little too active and activating. But the idea is that it's for your good. It's gonna bring in some new experiences, get you on a new level. So ride the wave, enjoy it, baby. Get out your surfing board and just surf the wave, right? Use the wind to your advantage, so to speak. It's an interesting energy. For numbers 14 and 15. I promise you that they were not in sequence, so they just happened to be, but it's like, it's a sequence, right? So there is progress here. There is movement forward. That's what I'm getting. Okay, let's see what we have for Divine Masculines. How is eclipse impacting them? What's happening with DM Collective? We've got goblins. Ooh, helping them work through the shadows in their head, in their mind, in their heart space as well. Yeah, so goblins are kind of like, it's basically the card that shows us that, in every forest, the forest as a concept itself is nurturing, it's helping, it's a very important ecosystem, right, on the planet. It's helping everybody by producing O2. It has, it provides a natural habitat for a lot of animals and plants, so many different things. But even with the essence of how great it is, it still can be scary, it still can be dangerous, and there are dark parts of the forest where you don't necessarily want to go, right? And in this case, the example is with magical creatures that may not have good intentions, or at least it may not look like that. So it's like part of life, part of the duality that we live in, right? But they'll trigger you to help you fight your fears, right, by facing them. And also they help you see the contrast of what good you have around you in your life. And that was number 5, by the way, this kind of transition period. Okay, I also have Beyond the Mura cards with me, but I'm gonna pull those a little bit later, so let's wait off. And I've got the Dreamkeeper's Tarot that I'm gonna use for the main read. So please let us know what's happening with Divine Feminine energy at this time. Strength in reverse. What about divine masculines? What is the energy field for divine masculine collective at the time of the eclipse? What's happening with divine masculines? Queen of Pentacles. Wow. For the connection, we've got Ace of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Six of Cups. Nice. Great energy for the Twinflame reading, of course. This is one of Twinflame cards. The innocence, the purity of love, that aspect of it. You know, because your souls have known each other for such a long time, like for lifetimes, for centuries. And, you know, at the end of the day, it's about the connection on that pure and innocent level, on the soul level. Okay. Please clarify the strengths in reverse for Divine Feminine. Thank you. Please clarify Queen of Pentacles for Divine Masculines. Alright. Clarify by Queen of Wands. I like it. Please clarify Ace of Swords. Okay. Bottom of the deck. Oh, I got the extra card here. Justice. Number 11. Libra energy. But also the balancing of energies, right? So I feel that this is the justice that comes in to appreciate this unconditional love that this connection is, right? This childlike wonder and adoration and admiration of each other. That's what it helps us see in this season, which is beautiful. Okay, Divine Feminines, you've got Strength in Reverse, clarified by Page of Cups. So there's a little bit of weakness when it comes to messages of love or expression of love. So what I'm getting here is that you may feel the pull to your masculine at this time. You may feel like you want to be close and to exchange some signs of you know, appreciation and love, something in 3D level, something tangible. You know, you feel that urge to express it to them and to get some of that loving, some of that, I don't know, cuddly, lovey-dovey energy yourself. That's going to be the challenge for this eclipse, where you see the discrepancy between what you feel in the heart space and what your, you know, wishful thinking picture is and what is actually happening in reality, where your Divine Masculine may not be in communication at all with you, or they may be in another relationship, or they may just be busy with other things and they're not prioritizing this connection at this time. Just remember to come back to your center. Remember this Six of Cups energy on the soul level, and remember that any experience you're having now is really, both of you really, is serving a purpose. It doesn't mean that there's a lack of love between you. It just means that you're at those, especially if you're like trying to judge what's happening with your masculine, they're also learning very important lessons over there. Whatever they're busy with, whatever they're doing, even if they're just taking space and time for themselves. A lot is happening behind the scenes, and you should just be praying for that to be, you know, to be efficient, and for them to see what the spirit, what the divine is trying to show them. Because the faster they're gonna accumulate that knowledge and process those lessons, right, the faster that they get to the high vibrational space where they will be able to recognize this connection on a different level, and when, you know, that will ultimately move the union closer. For the Divine Masculines, we have Queen of Pentacles clarified by Queen of Wands. So yeah, for them, yeah, I'm getting that they're in the Queen of Pentacle energy right now. So we have a lot of feminine energy, like very strong, very in your face. And I'm getting one of the reasons why there's a bit of a disconnect in communication right now is because both DM and DF are in the feminine energy, which means that they're not vibing, they're not clicking. It's like magnets, you know, that need to be like North Pole connected to the South Pole. Otherwise, like you know, negative and positive polarity. Otherwise, if you try to put positive and positive together, they're just gonna jump away from each other. So that's why you may not feel as connected as you normally are, and or as you would like to be. But know that this is also the exploration process on the DM side, where they're trying to connect with their divine feminine inside, right? And to balance out those energies, to recognize that feminine energy is just as important in their life for themselves, and how they can integrate it into their 3D reality. They are inspired by you, divine feminine, in the meantime, so they see you. This is the clarification, the divine feminine here. They see how powerful and beautiful you are in your energy. They notice your habits, your behavior, you know, how you conduct yourself, what you value, and they are kind of perceiving some of that into their own reality in a different way, right? And we see the pentacles here. This is a more masculine energy. I mean, no, actually it's not. The wands are. But I mean, it's more 3D, let's put it that way. This is more 5D. This is more 3D. They're, of course, they're applying it in more 3D level meaning, but it's still all inspired by what you do, and they see that maybe some of the ways, some of the patterns that they've been following were really impacted and imposed on them by the male society, but what a man should do, how they should behave. And that actually prevented them from having a valuable perception of the situation, valuable analysis, valuable angle of life, and you know what happens to them in life. For the connection, we have Ace of Swords clarified by Two of Pentacles. So the moment of truth comes in for the twins of what is actually the truth, what is an illusion in their life, right? What deserves to stay in their focus, in their space, right? If you imagine somebody juggling, you kind of need to keep both, at least two, right? Or sometimes more things in focus. It's the juggling card. And now they're seeing clearly what needs to stay in focus, what deserves energy, and what actually needs to go away because it's just a waste. The moment of truth, that's how I'm gonna call this reading. I think that's the loudest message that I'm getting with all of this. Like through all the different 3D experiences, you are gaining this deeper knowledge, which is beautiful. Okay, what is the spirit guidance for divine feminine at this time? What is the spirit guidance? What to focus on during the eclipse time? I've got Six of Cups again. Anything else? Divine feminines. And the Devil. Ooh, okay. Yeah, so moving on from the toxic and manipulative patterns to the purity of the Six of Cups. And this doesn't have to be, the Devil doesn't have to be connected to the masculine. It could be anything and anyone in your life. And as I'm saying this, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. What is being that waste of time and waste of your energy? Is it your habit? Is it another person? Is it certain activity you do? Is it somebody who takes a lot of your time? Any thoughts and feelings that you have? That can be a toxicity, like something toxic on its own, right? Think about it and move on. Like try to, when you're feeling weak, that you cannot stand up to those things and kind of stand your ground and stay away from like falling into those lower vibrational things. And any and all of them are low vibrational, just saying. Try to remember and to come back to your heart space and to think, to connect with your heart space and with your higher power, so that you're making a decision, you're making a move, you're communicating, you're thinking out of space of love, of this pure love, because you are the creature of love. You're the very spiritual, you know, master teacher. So you are the ascended master in your high vibrational space. That's what you should be aiming for. And this is a kind of like, I'm getting this concept of trampoline. So you're kind of jumping off from those low vibrational experiences into something higher. And every time you do that, you kind of jump higher and higher. So yeah, have that in mind, that picture in mind. That's your true self. That's your higher power trying to speak to you and to get you into the high vibe space of love, kindness, and rather than fear and finding a quick solution or succumbing to certain temptations. So just people asking for your attention for no good reason. how we call it, taking advantage of you. Yeah. For Divine Masculine, what's the spirit guidance for this weekend, for the eclipse period of time? Guidance for Divine Masculines. What should they do? What action should they take? Here we've got Eight of Wands and Page of Wands. So you could be taking a trip to see somebody, to communicate with somebody about what you want to do, about what your plans are. Make sure, if that's the case, that you are not exposing too much of like personal sensitive information, because it may be too early for those plans to be spoken out. And also keep an open mind. That's what I'm getting. Yeah. Try to see these new opportunities and ideas that you have as an idea, right? As a concept, as like a cloud of information, right? It doesn't have specifics around it just yet, and be open to how that's gonna play out, because very soon I'm getting you will see that what it means and how to implement it in life. But it may be different from what you expect or what you're thinking right now, right? I don't know, let's take an example. Like you'll get an idea about the next move in your career, right? Or I don't know, you'll live in a situation, how you want to enhance it, or maybe start working with somebody new or whatever. And you're thinking, okay, so I need this kind of amount of money, I need to like sign a contract with the person, I need to get them to agree to certain terms. But it may not necessarily be like that. For example, if you're thinking to bring in a partner, it may turn out that you will need to do this project by yourself, to take these steps by yourself. So don't be put off if you're trying to find that partner, you already have somebody in mind and you're trying to negotiate and that's just not working out. Take it, be open-minded, and see it as a sign that it's really not something that you need to partner for, right? That's universe speaking to you. Okay, beautiful. And last but not least, we're gonna get the Beyond Lemuria cards. So please give us a card for Divine Feminines. Additional message from the universe for Divine Feminines at this time. Oh wow, got two cards. We have Radical Expansion and Mount Shasta. Beautiful cards. I will read the message from Mount Shasta, just to be clear, but the Radical Expansion, I mean, we had it all, and yeah, that's the general message, right, of working through your weaknesses into something bigger and better, or through the craziness of the surrounding that you may see right now. Mount Shasta. Your origins, the sins that make you what and who you are. Star beings, sacred power places, unexplained mystical phenomena, intuitive messages and downloads, dreams and visions. Aware that their entire continent would be destroyed, the Lemurians traveled to other parts of the globe. Mount Shasta has a profound connection with the Lemurian people, as it was one place they journeyed. There are many tales of multidimensional beings living inside the mountain, and sightings of all kinds of unusual phenomena here. Yeah, also it says it has seems to have a connection to star beings and portals to multiple worlds and parallel realities. Wow. Planetary meaning. This card is about origins. It is time to honor and look more deeply into your ancestry, both your bloodline and your etheric lineage. Do you have an affinity with any star beings? Connecting with them might allow you greater insight into your traits, your strengths, and your challenges. Perhaps you have a Lemurian connection. This card may also be encouraging you to visit sacred places you feel attracted to. They may have an intuitive message for you. That's coincidentally what I'm gonna be doing. Not like tomorrow, not this weekend, but in the next month or so. I will share more as I have more detail on my plans. I'm still kind of trying to map it out and book it. But yeah, that speaks to me so deeply. Okay, and one card for Divine Masculine space. Oh, or maybe two, however many we have. Two cards. Crystal Keys and Balanced Forces. number 19 and number 22. I think balanced forces are also quite clear, especially since we've discussed it so much of how the masculines are integrating or connecting to their inner feminine, trying to balance out the energies. Let me take a look at the crystal keys, number 22. Hidden wisdom codes, potent information, Lemurian seed crystals, seeing your triggers as a gift. Awareness of drama creating patterns, healing the earth by looking at your inner environment, healing through awareness. Be inspired to find the wisdom hidden in those times when you feel triggered. There's so much information within that's to me this is connected with the goblins card we saw at the beginning for divine masculines. There is so much information within our raw and intense reactions that when you choose to be present with what is coming up and peel back the layers, great spiritual insight will unveil itself in a way tailored just for you. If we could all learn to see our triggers in the bigger picture, so much confrontation and upset would be lessened, power struggles and fear would diminish, and we would see greater compassion across the planet. Perspective and misunderstanding would shift, and the way people want to be loved would be experienced without distortion. These are the seeds for peace on earth. How beautiful is that? And again, it calls me to that Six of Cups energy that we saw at the beginning. So feed on that beautiful, pure love that you have in your heart space in case of doubt or when you feel that there are too many fears around you, too many triggers. And remember that triggers are blessings in disguise. Okay, I hope this has been useful for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm sincerely hoping I'm gonna be feeling better tomorrow, and of course I will be back with a new reading for you. And for now, take care everyone. Have a great time during this eclipse weekend, solar eclipse, and I'm sure that it will be a time of new exploration and learning for you. Bye everyone.